How to spot an SJW. SJWs, or social justice warriors, are everywhere these days. As such, it might be easy to confuse them with punk rockers. In this instructional video, we will provide you with easy-to-follow tips on how to identify SJWs in your community. So, you might be asking, how will I know what to look for? If you suspect you've encountered one, here are some easy-to-follow simple rules. If they have dyed hair, glasses, a laid-back attitude, and a Ramones t-shirt, then you have a punk rocker. But if they have blue hair, duck lips, thick glasses, uptight attitude, a t-shirt that reads "Meat is murder" and bangs, and if they think by rioting in the name of every big box store and big tech corporation in America is punk rock, well, they're a wokier-than-thou social justice warrior, fighting for whatever the people at Brand Corporation say. If they're screaming about representation and are white with blonde hair, then you've got an SJW or social justice warrior. If they say, "I love The Last Jedi's diversity," then you've probably got an employee of the Lucasfilm Story Group. If they're on Twitter more hours than they sleep per day, then you've got a social justice warrior. And finally, if someone is dressed like a lumberjack but lives 100 miles from the nearest tree, then chances are you have a writer for the latest Marvel comic, if there's still a thing by the time this video is out. Remember, nobody likes social justice warriors. Now, with these simple tips, you can help identify and avoid social justice warriors in your community.
Never try marijuana, don't try it at all. It's a lie, it's like beating your head on a wall. Say no way, marijuana's a fast way to fall. You will pay, cause it's doing you no good at all. And you know, if you gamble with life, you can lose it. Gotta grow, cause your life is a gift, don't abuse it. And you know, if you gamble with life, you can lose it. Gotta grow, cause your life is a gift, don't abuse it. Oh, never try.
Alright, I gotta address something on that one commercial. It's just driving me nuts. It's really driving me nuts here. On the SJW test, where am I? On the SJ, it says, do you spend more time on Twitter than hours you are awake? If so, you might be an SJW. Here's the thing. Guess what side is now on Twitter going, think of the children, think of the children. They are social justice warriors out for the justice of what? I don't know. I don't care. I don't care. They're no longer on Twitter. No, the social justice warriors became the think of the children, re-groomers people. Think of the children, think of those people. They're the ones for about a minute. They were like, Afghanistan. They're the same people. Hello, good evening, Mecca, and Swiss German. I can't even read that. But yeah, that's what really happened, is everybody's on Twitter now on the other side being all nuts. That's literally what happened. Oh Lord. So I'm trying to like, we recorded a rant. I recorded a rant this morning about it, and it was gonna go in Rumble, but then the audio wasn't on because the mic was muted. I'm like, ugh. So nobody's off camera right now. It's just me on this one today. Where am I? We got a couple. I want to recap the Wednesday thing. So that's gonna be the point of the stream once we get to it. So if you guys like the funny stuff in the commercials, Rob's channel is over on the thing, and he needs some subs probably. It's not to say he won't be popping in here and there from time to time, but what can I say? I like the commercials. I like the commercials and showcasing them here. So. The Wednesday show. So, I don't know how long I want to, I don't know how long I want to drag out the beginning here. How do I put it? Well, let's start with an article. I got an article before I get into like my recap of it, because it'll probably give me a few things. So this will just go up as it is. I'm probably not going to be a super duper long stream, just so that it can get some rewatchability. So if people miss it because it's Saturday, and like I didn't know when to squeeze this in too. That's the thing. Like, when do I squeeze in a review of a show that just drops all at once? Because you get these shows that they drop all at once, and it gets kind of hard to review them unless you're sitting there marathoning. And you know me, I'm bad about marathoning shows. I gotta like watch them more in batches. So, so that's where we're at with this. And the Wednesday show, I don't know if I'll clip this one. We'll just leave it up as is. The Wednesday debut breaks Netflix records, equals Stranger Things 4. I dipped out of the first season. Like, it took me a while to watch the second season of Stranger Things because it was too modern and too gory and too brutal. And I think that's one thing they did a little bit better in this one. In the Wednesday show, was making it a little more all ages-y. Because if you're somebody like me, you grew up with the movies from the Addams Family, you grew up with the TV show and reruns, you kind of grew up with all of it, and everything is a comparison to what came before. And especially if it's something like the Addams Family, like the two feature films that came out in the 90s, Raul Julia, you know, those were kind of the definitive. They did it better for a lot of people, I think, than the TV series. I think it's pretty safe to say a lot of people like those more because the TV series is so 1960s. So yeah, I mean, a lot of people were interested. A lot of people were curious. A lot of people definitely wanted to check this one out. I'm not surprised it has record-breaking viewership. Is it worth watching? Yes. I'm going to say that before I really get into spoilers. There's going to be a lot of spoilers and stuff. A lot of spoilers. But yeah, definitely watch this. I think if you liked any of the old stuff, if you like any of the Tim Burtonisms, you're going to probably like this. This is where, like, my own personal, I'm not a Tim Burton fan kind of comes in. And that little bits of Burtonisms, you know, when they zoom in and are like, with the faces. I can't deal with the Tim Burtonisms. I can't deal when he directs. I don't think I like any of his movies even anymore, even Beetlejuice, and I'll tell you why. I'm a music geek, and I'm a music snooty music person. I cannot take Calypso for 1 minute, and I don't think it's cool or trendy or fresh. Oh, look, you dug up an old dead art form of Calypso. When there's so much better stuff to really get into from the 60s, and yeah. Is it woke shit? Well, everything is woke shit. Everything is woke shit. It's just, is the content good beside being woke at this point? Is it? So I couldn't recommend anything else of Tim Burton's at this point. Like, but I can see why people are liking this. So for me, oh, how do I get into this? I don't know. This is why I usually like having someone to bounce off of. A rocker, not a Calypso fan. Yeah, well, I'm like I said, I'm a music snob. So if I listen to something, there's gonna be a damn good reason for it, and not just because they play it at me in a movie. And yeah. So we're racking up 341.2 million hours viewed, despite the fact it only debuted last week. It's a much easier thing to get through. You want to kind of keep going. It's not something where, it's not like Cobra Kai level for me. And for me, when I'm watching Cobra Kai and they drop them all at once, I'm marathoning them all at once. This one, I mean, if you really, really get into it, you probably could. I liked it enough to watch a couple at a time. To watch 2 or 3 at a time in a sitting. Here's some of the stuff that drives me absolute crazy about it, though. It is just Wednesday away from her family. Like, so much of what I really, really love about the Addams family, and I know it's just about Wednesday, and I think that's one of the problems with the show, is focusing too much on Wednesday. They should not make an Addams family show about one character, because they went so full on Hogwartsy stuff that I never really got into. I never cared about Harry Potter. I've seen like most of them and don't remember one bit of them because Harry Potter is just way too young for me. They're not like bad, but they're not anything I'm ever going to watch again or finish. Like, I made it all the way up to the one with the guy without the nose, and then they had a part 2, and then I'm like, well, that's like 8 movies now. I just couldn't invest. So, I don't know. I'm like trying not to give this a bad review, because it's definitely worth a watch, but there's a lot of little things I do want to nitpick in this too. There's no family. There's no family much here and there. Like, she gets Thing. So, spoiler. I should probably, let me put spoilers. Let me put spoilers before, just so I'm not upsetting anybody who might not want any. SPOILERS. Spoilers. Okay. Wednesday works best when she's not a dancing, cello playing Mary Sue with super witchy Nancy Drew, Scooby-Doo, Velma powers. And I think that's what really, really drives me nuts about this show, is that the less we take away from the Addams Family movies. Like, it's great when Uncle Fester comes to visit and he's Fred Armisen and he's bad at playing Uncle Fester, but he's doing his best Jackie Coogan impression. Which is the best I could really hope for with something like this, is they're doing an impression of the previous characters. There's a scene, and I'm full on spoil it. I've alluded to some of this. There's a scene where we get a flashback of young Gomez and young Morticia, and they accidentally kill a guy, and they don't have a reaction to it. They don't go, oh, our first kill. And they don't start making out and humping each other. You know, I'm like, that's something they would do. Even in high school, we were told how much they can't keep their hands off of each other. There's a lot of little things where the characters are out of character because it needs to be that way for the story they're trying to tell, when they do bring in the family. And as somebody who kind of likes the Addams Family a little bit more than just in passing, that really, really drives me nuts. And like I said, but it is worth a watch, and I don't want to just trash this, because most people aren't going to even care about this, I think. And I think most people aren't going to notice. But it's such an odd thing to have everybody have some weird thing. Because it was nice when it was alluded to that, you know, you've got family, like extended family of the Addams that come in for the big party in the movies, right? Where you see, oh, well, this one has 2 heads, and this one's a whatever, and that one's a whatever. And you kind of allude to the fact that there is some sort of fantastical element there. But it's not so over the top that we're basically in Harry Potter. You know, you've got shapeshifters and werewolves, and they all go to school together, and they all know each other because it's their outcast school. Okay, well, if there's that damn many outcasts in the world, then how does the Wednesday Addams Family dynamic play off that much? Like when they go to summer camp in the movies, or like, and I'm comparing way too much to the movies, and I know I am, but yeah, like Catherine Zeta-Jones's accent is terrible. I don't know what the hell she's going for. Is she going for an American accent? She should have just stuck with her regular Welsh accent and made Morticia sound more Britishy. But no, she couldn't do that. I don't know what the crap accent she's going for. She's going for the Irish Mrs. Doyle accent, I think, from Star Trek. I don't like her accent. I do like who they cast, though. I think she looks good as Morticia. I like Luis Guzman for Gomez, for this type of version of a Gomez that's supposed to be closer to the comic strips and the cartoon, but at the same time, and I'm talking like the 90s cartoon, the 90s one, late 80s, early 90s, whenever that one came out, because that's what it really kind of reminds me of here. However, there's so much where everybody's weird, everybody's spooky, everybody's got something. And I'm comparing them to the movies because you're specifically bringing in things that are making me want to compare it to the movies. You're bringing in the sword fighting, you're bringing in the pilgrim stuff, you're bringing in all the stuff that is making me remember the movies. So you're specifically, Tim Burton specifically is detracting from his own thing by doing so many references and remember this, remember that, remember the movie. There's characters that are literally copies of characters in the movies, but they aren't quite the same. And I don't really buy a lot of this as being, a Wednesday Addams show. This really feels like somewhere they wanted like a spooky, Hogwartsy, Nancy Drew sort of, Velma sort of school. And they're just like, well, what kind of character can we plug into this? What kind of character can we plug in? Because it's nothing really to... It starts out as how Wednesday comes in and wants to... And you could tell, okay, well, she needs to connect with her mother. She's living in her mother's shadow. Her mother's like the bestest at everything at the school. Her mother, was the best at the fencing team and was roommates with the principal and all of these things. And she's constantly being compared to her mother. But there's no real connection. There's no way, there's nothing that, she gets expelled and then her mother has to teach her. That's what would have happened if they really cared about the mother-daughter storyline that they're trying to build up to. Because they're trying to bring this huge connection to Morticia and Wednesday through, oh, well, and here's this necklace. You're just like me. You're a witch. You're going to have visions, blah, 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 whatever. All to focus more on Jenna Ortega with a shitty accent playing Goody Adams with a bad blonde wig. So that's where we're at with this. And I don't want to hear that I'm reaching or anything. I'm giving you an honest review. If I wanted to hear your opinion, I'd go to your channel. Now... So that's, I think, what's going on with this one. There's a lot that's really, like I said, and everybody's going to just ignore the fact that I said definitely worth a watch. People are going to like this a lot more than me. I'm the one who is tasked with the job of being the expert here and having to find the stuff to reach for. If that's problematic, then kindly show yourself out. Now, because I don't have time for that. Which is why I was kind of nervous about this, because you're always going to have the people who think they know better. They think they know more than you, who think they know, oh, well, you're just reaching, you're stretching. Yeah. I might be stretching. But that's also literally why people are here. That's literally why people tune into this. And I know that everybody's been conditioned to pretend to care about politics all of a sudden. Like, they think that laptop gate is the next Watergate, and it really isn't. And... Sorry to burst everybody's bubbles, but Mama doesn't have time for baby's first election coverage. Just really, really don't. I don't have time to dumb it down for the plebs to go into that one, so I'm going to stick with Addams Family. Because I can explain that one a little bit better. So, when they set up the mother-daughter relationship thing, they kind of forget about it. They kind of usher it in to just bring in Wednesday in Goody's outfit. Because there's this ancient ancestor that they have to go through to solve a mystery. This very convoluted to have this whole one story arc for the season. In some places. There are diversity. There's a lot of diversity in this. There was a whole article that I did a video on where Tim Burton is being called an istophobe for what? I don't care anymore. For what? He got called an istophobe for... Oh, let me find it. for making including diverse characters. Here we go. For Wednesday, the New York Post. We're not using the New York Post one. Woke mob slams Tim Burton. Oh, here, we'll go with the most outrageous. Woke mob slams Tim Burton. You had like 3 people get on Twitter, if that's a woke mob. It's just basically 4 screenshots of people who are probably screwing with people for attention on Twitter at this point. they're upset that a couple of actors who are cast in the show are not good guys so much. Even though they do have some character arcs, even though they do have some growth, they're upset. And I did a whole video on this if you want to check this out. That's more of a stretch than pretty much anything. Saying that, oh, well, you made the black girl a mean girl. She really wasn't, though, because she does come in and explain to Wednesday, you come in like you're better than everybody, and she does, because she's written that way. She's written to be the bestest dancer. She's written to be the bestest everything. And that's kind of one of the problems I have with the show is that she's little social justice Wednesday. She's a little social justice Wednesday. She's a Lisa Simpson. She's the bestest ever. She's always got a comeback. She's always got a speech about, well, that's just white colonial blah blah blah, and that's just the patriarchal colonialism, whatever. Don't care. You're 12, shut up. First off, you're 12, shut up, Wednesday. I know she's probably played by a 40-year-old actress because, that's how they do in Hollywood, but the character is a little too perfect, a little too good for herself, and she still doesn't really learn anything. She still doesn't really open up at the end. Like, the whole point is all these people are trying to be Wednesday's friend for no reason other than she's just new. Oh, well, she's just so much better than us at everything. And that's one of the problems I do have with this, too, is one of those self-insert fantasy, of these girl, this teenage girl character where they have to be the best at everything. And that kind of takes away from a lot of the other characters in the show that we're supposed to care about. Enid the roommate. Do I have any pictures of her? I don't think I do. But Enid the roommate, do I have it? We'll see if we'll have a picture
where
of the
all of the
roommate.
kind of gothic in it.
Found it.
And it needed to
I'd prefer
black and white. Everything was custom.
Oh yeah, we have some of the Enid's side of the room. Here, this is Enid. So her side of the room is all colorful and bright and all this stuff. Now she's a werewolf character who can't transform, and that's a pretty big story arc for her, is that she needs to kind of get to the right emotional thing before she can transform. And I'm like, wait a minute. So where the hell is this school in the Addams Family everything? Like, if there's that many weirdos out there, if there's that many freaks, if there's that many werewolves and sirens, like the character that they're complaining about here, this girl who's supposed to be a mean girl, she's literally a siren. And she's a little bit deeper than that too, where she's like, do people want to be friends with me because of my siren song, because they're compelled to, or because of me? And that's a pretty interesting story arc, except for the whole Wednesday stuff is like, I think they're right about her. They're right about Wednesday. She does kind of come across as she thinks she's better than everybody. And that's, it's like, you're kind of taking away from the main character, in my opinion, on some of this. So, the whole, and like I said, I don't want to slam the show because it's still an enjoyable, entertaining show. It still gets from point A to point B very well. It doesn't drag. It doesn't feel like it's too slow. It doesn't feel like it's unwatchable garbage that doesn't make sense, like Star Trek Discovery or Doctor Who or any of that type of crap. And even the social justice-y crap is just played for Wednesday being superior, like wokier than thou, morally superior, better than everybody. So even the Wednesday stuff is kind of like tolerable in the social justice-y, wokier than thou crap. But I don't know. There's a lot to nitpick on this one. That's why I wanted to kind of do a full-on stream about it, where I kind of just dump my brain out in front of everybody and say, this is what I liked, this is what I didn't like. So I didn't like the Hogwartsy school element too much. I would have rather, if we're doing a show that's going to focus on Wednesday and her mother and their relationship, give me a reason to focus on Wednesday and her mother. I mean, don't cast the family and then it just be so little to do with everybody. And I know that's the title of the show, and I know that's the point, but I think that's why it fails. And I think that's why the Addams Family was the brand, and Wednesday as a character is less interesting. It's also really, really crappy that rather than doing a grown adult Wednesday Addams show on how she can navigate through modern day society with the social justice types, because see, that's one thing that I would have liked to see more. I would have preferred to see grown adult Christina Ricci. They give us Christina Ricci in this. They give her, she's their poison plants expert teacher. And they're like, oh, she's a normie. Sure she is. The bad guy reveal you can smell coming from the third episode, probably second episode. I called it when I only probably had half the episodes watched online, on stream. I think I called it even earlier when we were watching these. You can smell the villain arc a mile away. I think I was a little bit wrong about Gwendolyn Christie's character. And that's another. Now she's wasted in this one too. So I liked a lot about this, but then there's a lot I didn't like about this. I mean, they make weird little choices here and there. They did their best to kind of keeping it sort of Wednesday-y. I think the worst thing for me is the Tim Burtonisms. Anytime it's Tim Burton-y, you know, the quirky stuff just to be Tim Burton quirky. The zooming in on people going, as their reaction cut away before they cut to another thing because Tim Burton's a weird, awkward person and doesn't know how to end a conversation. That stuff kind of gets me. So, you know, that's really... Did I like it or not now? I'm like, the more I talk about it, the more I talk myself out of liking it. I think I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. However, there are issues that if you are somebody like me, you'll probably pick out. I don't think they'll really bother the average person, though. I don't think your average person is going to be bothered by them because you're not going to pay attention to that much. You're not going to be picking... Like, I have to super duper microscope every little thing. That's when I see the Indiana Jones trailer. I see... You know, I see the taking shots at masculinity and I see all that stuff because you kind of have to go in with a microscope on some of these. So that's my thing. About an 8 out of 10. You'll probably like it more than me. Because you're probably not going to see a lot of the little annoying things. It's not bad. It is not a bad show. I was very entertained by it. I was really reminded of the Addams Family stuff. But then again, I wanted to watch the regular Addams Family movies. I just wanted to go back and watch those because I didn't feel like I got enough Addams Family in the Addams Family. And I'm like, well, I got the stink of Tim Burton all over the place with this. And the stripes are awful. Tim Burton, stop with the stripes. Just stop letting your costume designer come in and bring the stripes. Please stop. Just stop. Because my OCD is going nuts because they're not lining up here on the sleeves. You just can't with stripes. Please, Tim Burton, fire whatever costume designer you've got on these. Enid. Let's talk about Enid for a second. My impression was that the actor or actress playing Enid was trans. Did not look or see or check or confirm, but I went with that just because of the allegories alone in this and how we have to have only like playing only, right? The character of Enid is not necessarily a trans, but the true self needs to come out. Oh, I can't be my true self until I transform with the moon. If that's not a trans allegory sort of character and exactly where they would put a trans actor now in this day and age, tell me if I'm wrong if she's trans or not. Not saying that to disparage or anything, just as I noticed this because if we're asking me, is it woke? Depends on how much woke you're going to notice. Are you going to notice that a werewolf allegory is a thing? Like if you don't know anything about this actor, particularly actress here playing, is this somebody who transitioned? Is it really relevant even? Doesn't matter. Not really, actually. Not really, because you can just take it at face value as a werewolf transformation. It's a girl who becomes a werewolf, or you can look a little bit deeper. You can look for the allegories like I kind of have to. And for me, it felt like this was at the very least an allegory character, where they at the very least could have cast somebody if they didn't. And I liked the character. I really liked I don't know why Enid wanted so bad to be Wednesday's friend or anything, but you know, you see these lonely outcasts, and you see, oh, here's a new person. You know, let's see if this person will be friend. And that's what I get with all of this. Everybody in this school, despite the fact that they're all friends before Wednesday shows up, they are all desperate to be liked and to have friends. And that's more of the story of this. That's more of the message. So, but because I get people asking, is it woke? Is it woke? Are you gonna get? It depends on how much you're gonna notice. You know, are you gonna take a look at this character and see a trans allegory? Are you gonna question? Are you gonna be like me? Because I kind of have to. I have to put on the crazy helmet when I do YouTube, because you're always gonna have crazy coming out of the woodwork. You're always gonna have that back. You always have to hear, well, what if this? Did you miss that? Did you not? So you always have to like look at anything through that lens. I don't know.
Polka. Canoe race? Hartfoot chase? No rules.
And that's why I was asking, because the voice is a little odd to my ear.
Rivalry. What is the polka? Canoe race?
What is the polka? Yeah, the canoe race, all this stuff. This is all just makes me want to go and watch the Addams Family
Gray
movies.
and black Wednesday version of the uniform, separating her from the other students.
Yeah, but the uniform's awful. Yeah, she's like, oh, I'm allergic to color. Sure you are. So much of this is just, you know, teenage goth girl catchphrases. You know, you're gonna hear some mopey little 12-year-old going, I'm allergic to color. Sure you are. Yeah, we all were. And I still have my Marilyn Manson poster from when I was 16, which I do somewhere. So that is my recap of the Wednesday show. Oh, people are gonna be mad no matter what I say. That's okay. That is why I just say it and then move on. I liked a lot of it. I did like a lot of it. I did, like I said, 8 out of 10. I liked a lot of it. Do we want to hear what Rob has to say? So beautiful and blue. Oh, thank you. It's more tie-dye. Hello, Dread Pirate M. Good idea watching the Addams Family on DVD. See, I liked the Addams Family movies a lot more than this. Because that one, those kind of have that little, they have the nostalgia thing too. Like, for any time with the new thing, am I ever going to rewatch this? I don't know if I'd rewatch this if I do rewatch, or when I do rewatch the Addams Family movies next. Because those are like ones that you watch every so often. I don't know if I'm going to rewatch this because it's so Tim Burton-y. It does so much of the Tim Burtonisms. Maybe I had to given this to somebody other than Tim Burton, just because he's the weird guy. He's the guy who does the goth stuff. He's the one. And I know people are going to be mad at me. You mean you don't like Tim Burton? I'm sorry. I'm too old to like Tim Burton. Oh, the series holds a record. But no, I can see why people are checking it out. Definitely watch this. I definitely highly recommend watching this before you hear my crazy rantings about this. So I'll put spoilers on it. Watch it before you hear what I have to say. Hopefully it won't ruin anybody's enjoyment. If you're enjoying this, then yeah, great. I don't want to say what I'm saying to convince anybody not to watch it, I think, with this one, because this is way better than a lot of this other crap we've gotten recently. It's way more interesting. It's way better written. It's better lit, even. And I usually nitpick lighting on shows, but if we look at this, we can actually see, even in the dark, what's going on. So that's really well done. I have to compliment that. I really have to point out that, because normally I just shit all over the lighting and all these. And no, you can see everything that's happening, even for something that's filmed in the dark, or supposed to be filmed in a dark setting. You know what I mean? And somebody will say, it's not filmed in the dark. I know. You know what I'm talking. It's one of these days where I'm just hearing too much of the backlash while I'm recording it. It's okay. But no, I do recommend it, but that's just kind of the things I noticed and the things I didn't notice. Rob's insights are always great. Like, I used to be allergic to color. It's not that I'm allergic to color. It's I'm pale anyway, and I like harder, heavier music sometimes. Maybe that's why Calypso and Goth doesn't quite mix. I'm like, really? Calypso? At least Bulgarian folk music is sung in a minor key. Crying out loud. I think that's it. I think that the Tim Burton Gothisms are not quite goth enough for me. I don't know. Who knows? Rob, do you want to tell people what you thought of Wednesday? Goth apocalypse. Oh, Lord. It's one of those days. But we have... What do we have? We do have... Shoot. Oh, no. That's in another tab. This is all yesterday's. If you didn't see yesterday's, we talked about the Willow gay stuff. The gay romance in Willow, or everybody's gay. We talked about the Lord of the Rings stuff. We talked about this dude from Lord of the Rings slamming it. So definitely check that out. We talked about all that yesterday. What's this Coca-Cola? No, I don't want notifications. If I want to be notified on Twitter, I would check it. I'm to the point now, I don't look at Twitter in my notifications, in my inboxes, in my anything. What do you want now? You want to tell people what you thought of Wednesday?
I thought it was good.
Well, come here and do it on the mic where they can hear you.
1 second. Do I have to bleep out the H word and the N word in that video?
I don't know. Maybe not. Do one version where you do and do one version where you don't. All right.
Thought Wednesday was pretty good. Not great.
What did you? Are you an Addams Family fan?
I am, and I am, and I am not. I am, and I was amped. I am, and I am not an Addams Family fan. I thought I used to like watching reruns when I was a wee lad. However, this is so, I don't want to call this Addams Family in name only, but they took a lot of liberties with the Addams Family. The whole thing about the Addams Family is that they were this creepy family in the middle of a bunch of normies. Mm-hmm. Okay, now you've taken them, and there's other creepy people around in this school Nevermore, which essentially is just Hogwarts. Mm-hmm. And the fact that she's around other creepy people diminishes the impact. Yeah. Diminishes the impact of the whole idea of the show.
I want to address one thing. One thing here about it being woke. No. Well, here, it's not irrelevant. So you're saying you have been conditioned into thinking everything is woke. Where did I say that?
No, this show.
Don't put words in my mouth. First off, don't put words in my mouth. No. We don't play that bullshit. We don't play that little kid shit here. One of the things we do, I have to acknowledge where I think people will think it's woke, because I have some people who think that just because it has a woman in the lead, it's woke. Okay? Just because they have a woman of Hispanic origin in the lead, that it's woke. So people are going to think this is woke no matter what. People are going to think this is woke no matter, and I have to point that out, being somebody who listens to what people say on YouTube, which is a very downfall of mine. I know I shouldn't listen to a goddamn thing anybody says ever, because every time I do, it's always somebody trying to put words in your mouth, or somebody trying to twist whatever you say, because everybody's psychotic fucking lunatics nowadays. But no. We're going to have people who do show up sometimes and think that it's woke because you have a woman in it at all. Or it's woke if it has an actor, or like it doesn't have a white person in it. So you're going to have those people. Mm-hmm. All right, go ahead. Go ahead. I just wanted to adjust that real quick while you were talking, because there are those people who do. And I'm like, no, I don't think it's woke. I just have to say, if you're going to find that, then I have to point that out, or else people yell at me for not pointing it out.
All right, so
because everybody are a bunch of sensitive a-holes.
All right, so like I said, so the idea of them being in a school,
and I don't get paid enough to deal with the people who are like, so clearly you do this and this.
So the idea of them being in the school surrounded by other freaky people diminishes the whole impact. The idea is that they are the freaks, but they're surrounded by a bunch of normies. However, they think they're completely normal. That I hate having to explain it explain the humor of it,
but that's the idea.
Well, that was also the humor with the Munsters too.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why both
Same
of them
idea,
work.
just Addams Family is a little bit blacker humor.
Yeah.
And that, again, that you have this Hogwarts type of school. I'm like, well, where were all these people hiding all these years? And that you have this whole backstory of, it's kind of interesting seeing how Gomez and Morticia met, but not
But it's
real.
not believable, though. There's so much of it. Like when they killed a guy, why weren't they humping each other? Oh,
It might be one of those things where they're mildly attracted to that aspect.
No, she was like flat out freaked out and scared, and
But they don't actually want to kill people. They like the fantasy of killing people. You know,
No.
Maybe it's that. Like some people don't want. They like the idea. They're turned on by the fantasy of killing some. I hate saying that, you know, but like that. But at the same time, as I've said, you have this family that is supposed to be surrounded by a bunch of normies. And the humor comes from the normies' reaction. The interplay between the freaks and the normies. This removes that completely. In that, everybody's just used to these freaks just wandering around. Especially when they go into town and they
take the.
I'm still in my jammies here.
Oh, it's okay. You're dressed. You're covered.
Sort of.
They can't tell if it's.
Okay, the whole mystique of the Addams Family is that they're quirky, borderline supernatural by making everyone like that. They lose the uniqueness of it.
Yeah.
And like I said, it diminishes the impact of the humor in it. And it defeats the whole purpose of the series. Now, to be fair, the Addams really want to. Did the Addams Family really want to hurt people no matter the adaptation? Greg Kirby donated 50 big ones.
Thank you so much, Greg Kirby.
Greg Kirby
I don't deserve that.
coming through like a boss.
I don't deserve that.
Yes.
Holy crap.
Yes. This camera.
Camera. I don't deserve that. Thank you so much. Holy crap! I don't deserve that. Like I said.
So anyway, okay. So as I've said,
See, this is why I try and point out if people are gonna think it's woke or not.
but again, the idea of, like I said, this Nevermore school, it just makes me wonder, where have they been hiding all these years? If there's these supernatural people, where have they been hiding?
Right.
Why is everybody used to the idea? Why is, it just brings up more questions. And why do you get Gwendolyn Christie's not fucking Gwendolyn Christie, man. Oh my God. Gwendolyn Christie.
I like her.
I absolutely adore Gwendolyn Christie. My God. I mean, she really needs to branch out more as an actress. She really does.
Well, they keep hiding her and stuff. They dirty her up in Game of Thrones and make her Brienne of Tarth, and then they cover her up in Star Wars and kill her off.
She's freakishly tall. I mean, like so Sandra Hammerslag,
congratulations. That's not my gut. That's a bump.
Sandra Hammerslag, congratulations on the Netherlands advancing to the next round. I'll just say that much. I'm not a soccer or football, or as the hipsters say, football. Yeah.
You're a footballer.
But anyway, congratulations nonetheless. Well earned. But as I've said before, and the fact that the whole thing about the hide, it doesn't make a lot of sense, because there would be all of a sudden this thing appears out of nowhere. This thing would be ravaging throughout for years.
Well,
where has it?
Like 3 guys. Well, in the beginning, right? Who did he kill? The Crazy Ralph guy? No, that guy got killed in the truck. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So how many people did this guy kill?
Well, if it means anything to you, Sandra Hammerslag, listen. I'm not going to say, I'm this team supporter, but let's for the people who are our Dutch listeners, may you have continued success. So
how many drinks? That's like 2.5.
Where's my booze?
You got booze down there.
I got booze down there. Yeah,
it's
but
only 2 though.
yeah. Well, anyway.
You can take a shot now if you're driving in 4 hours.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, as they say.
They always give me free dark.
All right. So anyway,
sticks. That would be way too dark.
That's 50. That's a double.
I'll smoke something. I'll have a smoke off camera.
Rob, your nation Australia lost against Argentina. As the rightful ruler, you need to mandate more alcohol to all Australians. Yes, more alcohol. I hereby decree that happy hour is mandatory in Australia. At 5 o'clock, no matter what you do, 5 o'clock, everybody drops what they're doing and has a beer. That is my decree. So it is said. So let it be done.
I don't want beer. I don't like beer.
I have a beer or a libation of your choosing. Anyway,
I don't like beer.
with 10 o'clock, whiskey is okay now. Okay. Phone Box Chicken, I saw you in the Phil McKnight chat. I saw you in the film, or somebody with the name Phone Box Chicken. So, yes. Anyway, so like as I've been saying,
10 p.m. whiskey's okay.
It raises a lot of questions, but the meat of the series is actually pretty good. It is pretty good.
Yeah. That's why I'm giving it an 8 out of 10 and highly recommend you watch it. But I wouldn't feel like I'm doing my job if I didn't point out all the weird little nitpicks that people might find with it. So please don't think I'm like upset with it.
One of the things I said, okay, you know what? All right, the first season was okay, wasn't great. This does give you a little wiggle room for season 2 to improve. Now that we've established who the characters are, we've established the circumstance. Okay, maybe they can iron out some of the problems in season 2. This is one of the few instances I'm not ready to give up on something after the first season.
But I want to see more of the family.
I want to see more of the family. The whole idea is it's the Addams family.
I know, even though the show's named Wednesday, people are going to be mad about that. Like, that's the first thing I hear is people like, but it's wrong Wednesday. It's not the Addams family.
Well, but still, the Addams family is the main. The family is the main influencer in her life. Yeah. They're the reason why she's like this.
Yeah.
So, Jenna Ortega, please dial back Wednesday a bit. She can't be good at everything. She can't be friends with everybody. I don't think that's not her. That's not her fault.
That's the writers, I think.
But at the same time, you can't make she's falling into Mary Sue territory.
Yes.
In that, Wednesday she did play cello in the show, right? Or whatever.
I don't remember. It's been so long.
All right, you know what? You want to add an ability.
I don't remember her being as good at everything as she was.
But you want to add an ability like she plays cello. That's actually a good instrument for her because it's a creepy kind of sounding instrument. Okay, that I can understand why she'd be drawn to that.
I think she did. Yeah, I think she did have her cello lessons. But
so, like I said, you want to add that. Fine. You want to make she does lose the Bianca fencing. Okay, she does lose. Mm-hmm. I'll give. Okay, that's actually good. So it sets up a rivalry there.
Well, then people were mad about Bianca. Did you see this one? Here, pull up this one about Bianca.
Woke Mob slams Tim Burton's smash hit Addams Family. Netflix Addams Family reboot for Wednesday for casting black actors and bullies and owner of Pilgrim Theme Amusement Park. Well, the black people can't be bullies. The worst bullies in my life that I've ever encountered were black girls, and I'm not saying that as a racial thing. I am just saying that was the case. You know, I was in third grade. I had one actually. I fell down somewhere and actually had one stomp on my hand.
I was gonna ask, what, black people can't own theme parks? They can't own Pilgrim Pride property theme parks?
And then you tell the teacher, you tell the principal, hey, she did this. And they never do anything about it. They wouldn't discipline her, they wouldn't punish them.
Yeah,
so I mean,
called racist.
that was back in the late 70s, early 80s. But Wednesday never had mind powers. Yeah, that was kind of... Okay, listen.
Hey, their 10 babies will be punishment enough.
Can you not make everything a mystery that needs to be solved? That's always the thing. This is not... Actually, Wednesday. This is more Velma. This is more Scooby. Like, you don't need a freaking mystery to be solved at every... Oh, and the mystery ends... then she unravels. No. The idea is that she's not a detective. She's just a kid coping with kid problems. I mean, that would probably... Making this episodic rather than serialized probably would have been a better choice.
Yeah. Without that mystery, it would have been better.
Because the mystery actually just drags it, because every week it's, okay, we have to tie into this, we have to tie into that. How does this? It's another piece of the puzzle. This piece of the puzzle fits here, this piece of the puzzle fits there, this piece of the puzzle fits there. So, would have been different if she sat on your face No, no. She like I said, she was a mean. Can I say that about a 12-year-old girl? She was a mean bitch at the time. She was a bitch on heels, and she probably grew up to be a mean-spirited bitch too.
That's okay. She's probably got 17 grandkids by now.
Yeah, they're not watching the show.
No, they're not watching.
No.
Yeah. Her 17 grandkids.
I can't remember who. I remember her. I remember her name is Barbara. My God, the meanest person you ever run across.
Yeah, life's punishment enough for her.
Yeah, she's probably not gonna get. She probably didn't get far, or maybe she did. Who knows? But still, she has to live with herself. And,
Do you remember her last name?
No. No. Don't care. Like I said, she now works for Disney. Probably.
But I think a lot of this is just a bunch of nothing.
Fans noted the show ultimately stars three white people as the lead villains. Burton's agent dismissed claims which stem from the director's previous rejection of forcing diversity on sets. It has already officially become Netflix's most popular show ever screened. The show features black actors Joy Sunday as Mean Girl Bianca Barkley.
Let's talk about this because the three villains of the show. Okay, we want to spoil it? Do we spoil it already?
Well, you could say. I mean, the people watching. We
spoiled it already. Spoilers. So spoilers if you want to know who the villains are. Christina Ricci is one of the main villains of the show.
Christina Ricci.
The stupid droopy eye boy, Kevin Bacon Jr. looking boy, and who's the other one? The sheriff, maybe? No.
It's somebody else. I can't remember.
Gwendolyn Christie. They kind of have her.
No, she's not really a villain. She's sort of like she's just caught in a bad. She's caught in a tough spot.
Yeah, but she's a hero at the end. But like, so making it like, who else could the black actors play? You could have Enid, but then you'd be like, oh my God, you have a black girl as a dog. You literally have a black girl play a werewolf like a dog.
Yeah, well,
like you make her with a siren because the siren's like the most likable character.
Yeah. All right, well I gotta keep editing that thing.
Okay.
All right, so that's my take on it, everybody. So, like I said, cheers.
So yeah, they forget that like you can't, like, who else could you have when everybody's a villain? So, and that's what I hate too about the social justice aspect of everything is that you gotta listen to everybody's opinions. We don't really have to. These people, it's like, don't you have a laptop to be concerned with or something? Don't you? That was always the thing. Is that Tim Burton? No, that's not Tim Burton. So yeah, it's good. It's a good show. I think people are gonna like. It's good enough. It's better than. I liked it more than Stranger Things. The first season of that, because Stranger Things was just so many. Gee, we wish we were the 80s. We wish we were the 80s. Here's a bunch of memes that think we're the 80s. Speaking of memes that think they're the 80s, I'm gonna segue into something that's not Wednesday related. Why not? Well, this will be a full show. You get bonus stuff. You get bonus segments. Hey, and I'll clip it for later. Speaking of memes that are now full-length things, I gotta comment on this. I don't know if I will clip it. Where the crap is it? I got 3 things here. Oh, and a Bill Burr thing on Kanye. I don't know if I can put that on. I might have to put that on somewhere. Speaking of things that are no more than memes anymore, we got another trailer or something from The Last of Us 2. No, The Last of Us, the show. The Last of Us 3. No, it's a remake of Last of Us 1, which is a remake of The Last of Us 1, the remake. Right? How many times have they remade The Last of Us 1? 3 times in video game form. Now a TV show. They're just telling the same story over and over and over again. Of course they're going to use the same song. Of course they're going to use Take On Me, but they're not going to use it in a way that, I don't know, makes any sense. Like goes, the right tempo or speed or has anything to do with anything. Because remember, 90% of Take On Me was the music video. That was like 90% of why it was interesting. Was that the guy in the cartoon and the cartoon part of the video came out of the drawing that the girl in the coffee shop was looking at. And when you play it in the thing in here, it doesn't really do anything. Other than just greater purpose. And if you're slowing down, Take On Me to this crawl. I didn't even get to how are we going to get to the high note? Where do we get to the high note? Is it here?
You might not be her father.
Where's the high note?
She was someone's.
There it is. It doesn't build. You're missing the whole point of the song is to build up to the high note. The whole point of the song is to finally get to the high note and the thing so that the kids in comedy night can drive you crazy and scream into your microphone when they go, because they have no reverb. They don't have any sort of inflection on their voice. They just go, like a dog whistle. Like a dog. That's all the show is. It's a dog whistle. See, now I just want to sing it. And it's not doing anything. Really? Really? Am I blocked? I'm probably blocked from The Last of Us. Is this the newest one? This is the newest one. Here's our trailer.
The world. Why bother going on?
K-Booty 762. Did they do the same thing with Mad World and somebody? Yes. They do it with that. That's the thing. They take a meme song and they slow it down. Next, what's the next one they're going to do? Running up that hill. Running up that hill. They're going to do the running up the hill one next. And it's going to be awful. They're going to run up that hill. No, they're going to run. No, it's running up that hill. There's going to be one note at a time. And I got to go back for the mic if I'm doing opera-y things because I'm probably redlining it. I gotta go away from the mic. I didn't even have any caffeine in me. Holy crap, I need some. So here we are.
No.
Her face looks like she was dropped on her head a few times. Is she all there? She's part alien, isn't she? She's got the alien eyes. You can always tell the ones that are hybrid chimera people, alien people, is they have that eye. Like I have it too. I'm part alien too. I got no eyes and that weird deep. You know, she looks like she's dropped on her face a few times.
Cargo.
What's it with all the TV series slowing down the old songs? It's cringe, isn't it? Every one of them. Every one of them. I think it started with The Craft when they remade How Soon Is Now from the Smiths, probably. I got human and I need to be loved. No, you don't. What? You don't get it. You don't get to be loved like everybody else.
Why are you so important? Somewhere out west.
So they're going out west. Are they going out to the California sun?
They're working on a cure. I think what really impressed them was the fact that I didn't turn into a monster.
So she's like 28 playing 12, right? This one, again, she's a... I'm too sexy for this movie.
Turn into a monster.
That's the next one, I'm too sexy.
She so much as twitches.
She so much as twitches, kill her. Please do.
Don't.
Bam. Oh, she was just joking. Too bad. See, if this were my show, I would have that happen. If she so much as twitches, boom, and then she'd be done. I didn't play the video games because they're the type of games where people are like, oh, they're so great, and then you play them for like, or you watch them for like a half an hour, or 6 hours in one day in a weekend, and then you never come back to them. They're those type of games. Anybody actually finish these? From the director of Chernobyl. What's the other meme song? What do we got? Oh, somebody wants something. That'll be the next one. They go slow. This is worse than they did Space Hog too. This is Mecca Mocks the Music in Videos. Welcome to Mecca Mocks the Music in Videos.
Way west.
I can't be the only one who hears that. So because The Weeknd took Take On Me and basically just retweaked it a little to make it 25% different into Blinding by the Lights.
Go east.
Hey, Graham Greene! Oh, Graham Greene's in this! Oh, cool! See, he's cool in everything.
East.
He was in like Dances with Wolves. He was in Red Green Show. See, he's like native Canadian native.
And you know what's out there.
But he's good. He's good in everything. Oh, he's awesome. I opened a request. Only if I hate it. See, they're doing the one piano note. And that's what they did in the Indiana Jones trailer. I think Jeff pointed that out at World Class on his trailer reaction. They were doing the ding, 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 ding. Only they were taking the actual music from the movies. This is just taking meme songs. This is meme songs. Down-tempo whip it, 556. They did one. There is a down-tempo whip it where it's like, crack that whip. It's more loungy. When a problem comes along, ding. This is what you want. Is this what you want? Is this what you want, the energy dome? See, this is a good one with the foam thing. I'm not a hat person. All right. We're running up that hill.
Scared him?
Who do you scare? Her? They're just doing the ding, 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 ding. So who's this chick now? Diversity chick.
Than any of us could have ever imagined.
She looks like okay, the main girl looks like she was dropped on her face. I'm gonna copyright claimed, aren't I? See, they're doing They do this, I think, so they get a new version of it, maybe, for copyright. Maybe. For copyright.
Who you put your faith in.
Are they going to be dead? They're going to be dead. They're the token people of quote-unquote color. They're the diversity. They'll be dead before the end of the season. Meme song. See, they're doing the meme song.
Father. She was someone's.
He was someone's father. Yeah, that guy was baby fucking Yoda. And you're abandoning the baby. You're abandoning the baby Yoda for this. He's abandoning you, baby. What do you think of that, baby? He's abandoning you. Right? Right? He's there off saving some girl with memes. They're running up that hill. They might as well do that. Like, it's so obvious. They're appealing to the meme.
You trust me?
I don't trust any of these people. This show, no. This is just me making fun of the music in these things now. Looks like a rip of Walking Dead. It is. Take on Me, The Last of Us, the memes. Like, what does Take on Me have to... Like, wouldn't Running Up That Hill be a better meme song? There's monsters. There's hell monsters in this? When are there hell monsters in this? There's hell monsters in this. January 15th. Smaug is in this? Is that what this is? I guess I didn't get that far into the video game. I am Mecca and I played Left 4 Dead, not Last of Us. I'm going back to my live chat. Running up that hill. Mutant zombies. Where am I? I can't do hats because I feel so squished in them. Is it darker due to a watch within a stream copyright thing? I don't know. I think they try and do that just to be edgy. They just try and do that to be edgy. That's the Last of Us trailer. What was the other thing? It was Man Baby. James Man Baby did something. Are you kidding me? See, now I got a rant, and I got to clip this for a rant. Which means I had to, like, clear my throat and stuff off camera. Should have cast Elliot Page. Ellen Page. He was the original inspiration for the look of the Ellie character in The Last of Us. Yeah, and remember, he sued back then. As she. When he was a she still. Sued. Well, that's the whole... Have you seen the conspiracy? Here's the tinfoil. Pretend this was tinfoil. The conspiracy was that it was that he was male anyway to begin with, and went to female transition because MK Ultra Hollywood, and then we got the female version, and she was never happy, so she detransitioned back to what she was original. Any truth to that? Maybe, I don't know. Holy crap! Holy crap! Greg Kirby! They'll kill a Vinny twice in a day. Greg Kirby! I don't deserve that! I don't deserve that! Thank you so much! Holy crap. Oh, they will kill him off twice. Here's the article. Rob, we need more booze. Well, here. I don't know what strain this is, but it's a strong one. Yes, I don't know. I've been yelling at people on Twitter all day. I'm disagreeable with the groomers. Oh, Rob deserves it more. Oh, we got a thing tonight. We're going out tonight somewhere, so maybe we'll have video footage. Probably not. I don't know. Maybe not. I should wear the red hat more often. I'm trying not to, like, freak out. Thank you so much, though, Greg Kirby. I really don't deserve it. I appreciate it. You guys, like, I feel like I'm like, oh no, am I gonna piss off my regular people? I honestly feel like I'm gonna piss off the regular people by saying or generalizing or something. And so yeah, just even if like we disagree on stupid stuff, right? I don't want people to think it's personal, and I'm really bad at that. Huh? Izzy. It's 1:30 for me. I know. Thank you so much. And I gotta take the bra off too. Greg dropped here. You want to do more? Greg dropped another 70. So you gotta do. You gotta take your hat off and dance, jiggle. And I gotta jiggle. I gotta jiggle. Take my bra off. We gotta talk about James Man Baby.
That's a double. That's a double.
That's a double from you. And I'm trying to. The thing is, mine makes me stupid and giggle. My vape, because I don't have any booze. Or do I have wine? You want to pour me a wine? Actually, you want to pour some wine for me? Like,
Meet the bottle.
Yeah, the bottle. Get the bottle. Get the bottle. Where need the bottle? Spill the wine.
No, it's Al Martino. Come share the wine.
I don't spill the wine. Eric Burden.
Yeah, Eric Burden.
Fun fact: if I had a time machine, yeah, Eric Burden was pretty damn hot back then. Oof. Clean cut, more clean cut looking. That's bad, isn't it? With a room full of long-haired hippies, right? Ollie London trying to change back. Ollie London detransitioned. Yeah, and he's on the Think of the Children thing a lot too. He's like calling out Balenciaga, and he's calling out
the flash drive. It's probably is it in the. Okay, I gotta do the thing with the hat.
Well, you gotta get a camera to do it. Cheers. Booze.
I used to tease my niece. I used to take my hat off. I used to tease my niece. I go, I'm gonna give you my baldness. No, I don't want to be bald. They go, no, I don't want to.
Holy crap. YouTube just informed me that Mega's gonna have a live stream. I would set him up earlier, but I never know when I'm gonna have time. And like today, well, I had to get laundry done, and I had to get a whole bunch of other stuff done, and I got some deliveries, and I got some other stuff later. So I'm like, you know what? Elon's not doing the thing yet. Let's go live before the Elon. Is it live yet? Probably is right now, and I'm not really. My issue with a lot of that Elon Musk stuff that's going on is like, well, there's a lot of this is a lot of much ado about nothing because of the loopholes of who's getting away with what. And it's, I don't know. It's just, I did give 30 minutes. That's about all I usually do is I try and give like 30 minutes to 45, maybe an hour depending. It depends. It depends on when or who. Because there was a time when a certain somebody would always set up a pretty major live stream right on top of mine. So, and I had like a regular Tuesday one going, and then I lost that one. And then I had a Thursday one going, and I lost that one. And that was the time slots I was going for, so. I know you've been here, Michael Keller, I know. Oh Lord, but like, yeah, it's just, it's gonna do that for other people too. Like, if it informs them all, I don't know if it's gonna inform them all. So I'm trying to like lower how many streams I do too, or how many short videos I do. So if the Last of Us sees the light of day, I don't know, we'll see. But I gotta talk about this James Mangold thing too. James Manbaby might want to rethink who he's calling a trolling a-hole. I am Mecca, and I, as well as a lot of other people on YouTube, found the Indiana Jones leaks online in the normal places. Please subscribe. YouTube will not send you my content because I don't play sidesies, and I'm not the most controversial thing, but I'm telling you the honest stuff. And sometimes I'm calling out James Manbaby while Rob yells downstairs editing stuff. He's editing into all my beanies, I think. Which is good because all my beanies, I don't have a beanie, but I got a silly hat too. James Manbaby is calling out and slamming, trolling a-hole, really, for spreading false Indiana Jones rumors. Are they? Because I saw that trailer, and it looked pretty darn accurate to me, James Manbaby, but I only call you that because you blocked me on Twitter before I ever heard of you. So you clearly heard of me, or who I might have been associated with, but never employed by. And is it really an association if you just show up in their chat and say hello every now and then, or appear on a stream? I mean, are you really responsible or associated when you're trying to promote your own channel, for crying out? Probably not, but James Manbaby slams the trolling a-holes for spreading false Indiana Jones 5 rumors. Like what? That there's a ticker tape parade, and that's gonna be going throughout time, you know, like in the Dial of Destiny, you're gonna dial back and forth what time in history you want to go to, with Phoebe Waller-Bridge replacing Indiana Jones, and he de-aged himself out of existence by going back in time. Really? The director wants it to make it very clear that nobody's replacing Harrison Ford. No, she's just gonna continue on the series, the franchise. You know, you can't, they're using clever wording here. All right. When Lucasfilm announced that Harrison Ford would don his iconic bullwhip and fedora one last time in Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, which we didn't have a title of until the trailer a couple of days ago, fans immediately began to speculate about the future of the Indiana Jones series. Oh, I did that short where I'm like, know your place and stay in your lane. Don't tell me how to know my place and stay in my lane. It's actually pretty funny. Go watch it. Poob. Don't call me Poob. Your name is Poob now. Because Jeff from World Class Bullshitters calls her Poob because it's funny. Fans immediately began to speculate about the future of the Indiana Jones series because of how things were going. It's an educated guess. It's one of those things where you can usually tell, oh, they're going to have a woman replace him because that's the best way to make it different, to make it 25% different. Have a woman, have a diversity, have a something. And we know how these things go. They replaced everybody with Mary Ray Palpatine in the Star Wars movies. She was a conglomerate or combination of Luke and Han and the Millennium Falcon itself, for all we know. She kind of was too. Well, speaking of the Millennium Falcon herself, it was Phoebe Waller-Bridge. It was Phoebe Waller- She got did you miss that one? That was a bad thing. When Lucasfilm announced that Harrison Ford would don the iconic bullwhip, fans began to speculate. Few franchises are so synonymous with a single actor, but in the era where no IP is ever truly dead, too bad it should be, Many wondered if Disney had plans to pass the baton to Phoebe Waller-Bridge, who plays Indiana Jones's goddaughter in the upcoming film. James Manbaby is sick of speculation. The filmmaker who takes over Steven Spielberg of The Dial of Destiny because Spielberg didn't want to do it. He didn't want to send Indy to his grave. He didn't want to do what James Mangold did with Logan. With the Logan movie, where they just kill off all your old favorites. He wants fans to know that Harrison Ford is irreplaceable. In a reply to a since-deleted tweet from a fan asking if Waller-Bridge would be leading the franchise, Mangold went on a lengthy rant about fans spreading and misinformation about his film. Misinformation? What the hell is it? The 2020 election or something? Misinformation. It's a movie. It's a movie that's going to go through more reshoots and reimaginings and things between now and then just so they can call you a liar. Mark my words, they're going to have reshoots from now until then that's going to do something exactly that. To say, see, the leaks on 4chan were wrong. Fans want to know if Harrison Ford is irreplaceable. In a reply, he says, one more time, no one is taking over or replacing Indy or donning his hat, nor is he being erased through some contrivance, Mangold wrote. And he never was, not in any cut or script, but trolls will troll. That's how they get their clicks. But you're literally there to kill off the character. You're literally throwing them back in time. And if this all changes between now and the film, it's because the reshoots. It's because we're going to come in and it's going to be exactly like Rise of Skywalker. We're going to hear new rumors about, well, mark my words, we're going to have a new rumor mill probably in a few days, probably within the week. Definitely before this comes out, exactly like we did Rise of Skywalker, where they redo the whole thing, where we'll have a Bob Iger cut of the movie, we're going to have a Kathleen Kennedy cut, and we're going to have a James Mangold cut. And what are they going to go with? They're going to go with the Bob Iger cut like they did Rise of Skywalker, where they cut out Matt Smith, where they cut out a lot of... So when it changes, and mark my words, enough of this will... So now we're probably not going to have him erasing himself out of existence. And now we're probably not. We might still, though. We might still. Who knows? He continued, please, don't exhaust me pointing out how once in a while a troll is right. Even a blind squirrel finds a nut now and then. All he has to do is look at set photos and interviews and you get enough to make a wild guess about the movie and plot. And then you released the trailer, and a lot more was confirmed. Mangold went on to explain his main grievance isn't with false information, but with cynical voices trying to monetize fans' outrage over something that isn't even happening. I can't help it if people want to hear more what the people on the internet have to say than your stupid movies. Maybe if you hadn't set up a culture at Lucasfilm for the last 5 years, calling us all racist, sexist, man babies, calling us all, even people like me, calling us all trolls, calling us assholes. He literally calls us assholes. Like, fuck you, James Mangold. Fuck you, James Manbaby. This is why this movie is going to fail, because you cannot close your mouth. It doesn't matter what's in the movie now. It doesn't matter if you change it. It doesn't matter. It's the fact that you have this antagonistic rapport with your audience. That is it in a nutshell. Believe me, I have been there myself, and I don't even make movies. I just yell about movies on the internet, for crying out loud. The difference between trolling a-holes and everyone else is they're trying to make money off your feelings about other films and culture where politics. They try to push controversial guesses coming from sources to gin up clicks. Let's go. First off, if I am doing... I know exactly what they're talking about. I know who they're talking about, too. And I'm not going to mention any names on this one. Because, let's face it, when they take shots at one person, they're taking shots at everybody on the internet. If I were to tell you, like a lot of YouTube channels out there, what party to vote for, then you can say that. And yeah, there are a lot of people who went from Star Wars to vote for a conservative party. A lot of people went from Star Wars to Disney's Don't Say Gay bill to vote Republican. And I'm looking at the people who are doing that, and I'm calling that behavior out because I said, wait a minute, when did I become an activist? And I got shunned. I stopped getting the clicks. I said, stop making me an activist when I'm talking about movies. I do not want to push people to vote for one way or another because I don't see how how they're going to fix it. They're not. What happened? Bob Iger came back and he's doubling and dribbling down. He said literally, he's still going to pander to the social justice causes he believes in, which are the diversity, the inclusion, because guess what? Gay people exist. And I know I'm a lot more left of Republican and right of Democrat out there, and people hate people like me who have reasonable arguments as to why you don't need to vote a certain way, shape, or form to be able to complain about what's going on in these movies. It is lazy. It doesn't even have to push a political agenda to just go and say, well, what are they going to do? They're going to have Phoebe Waller-Bridge come in because that's a trend. That's something that gets marketing clicks. That's something that gets impressions. And what did Kathleen Kennedy say? It's all about impressions. It's all about engagement. It's all about the engagement they get on social media. And that's what's going to happen here. This is going to get a ton of engagement because people like me are going to make videos calling out James Manbaby. And we're creating controversy. We're creating buzz. And they're doing exactly the same thing that they did last time. Except they're forgetting one thing. It's easier to pirate these movies than it is to actually watch them. It is going to be far easier. This is why Solo lost money. This exact crap is why Solo lost money, because we had too much negative publicity before that. Too much, you're a racist, you're a sexist, you're a troll, you're an asshole. Really? Then fuck you, James Manbaby. I'm not going to pay for your goddamn movie. I'll review it and I'll watch it, but I'm not going to fucking pay for it. And I haven't been for any of these for a very, very long time. If people want to go and say, no, I'm not pirating anything. I'm just not paying for them. There's a big difference. The difference between trolling and a-holes is they're trying to make money off your feelings about the feel. I am just as mad about this as the next guy when I see these things. Because you are not entitled to my money, James Manbaby. Lucasfilm is not entitled to my money because they made a movie that I liked when I was a kid. All right? Because they made movies and films that I grew up on, like Star Wars and the Indiana Jones movies and all that stuff, does not entitle them to a customer now. They might think it does because we reacted this way, because we did make videos saying, look, when you grow up with these characters, they are your family. But guess what? Unlike my actual family, Lucasfilm isn't taking care of me. Lucasfilm isn't doing anything to benefit me. They're entertaining me. They're babysitting me. That's it. This is abuse from a babysitter. That's all this is. Well, it sounds like there's no plans from anyone other than Harrison Ford to lead an Indiana Jones movie. Disney is reportedly developing a TV series that's set in the world. No plot or casting. But it's going to be probably Phoebe Waller-Bridge. Because it's not going to be Harrison Ford. He's not coming back to it. It's not going to be young Indiana Jones again. No, it's going to be in the line of, in the theme of. It's going to be in the world of, in the universe of. And that probably will be ran and written by Phoebe Waller-Bridge because she's Kathleen Kennedy's favorite for some reason. I don't know. I am Mecca. I'm going back to my live chat. This guy's an asshole. Wow. I want to hear a Rob rant on that article. Wow. This one just came out 2 hours ago. This one came out, like a half an hour before we went live. It's like, are you fucking kidding me, James Mangold? I know who you're talking. You're talking about the Doomcock rumors, but you know what? Between you and me, anybody can go to Reddit and 4chan and get the rumors. I just haven't been on my game, and I have other shit to do than sit there. And if you guys see them, if you guys do want to hunt those and send them to me, please, by all means, drop them in Discord or something. The thought of Kennedy being anyone's babysitter can make me scream. Well, she kind of is. She kind of is. Like Kanye West wrote the first review. Speaking of Kanye. Oh, here's the last little bit. Here's the last one for the stream. And then we'll see what Rob has. So Bill Burr had a thing. If I had known about Kanye, what I know now. I am Mecca, and, we found out that he loves the little World War II bad guy with a mustache. He loves that guy, and not just in a love all people sort of way. No. He loves the World War II bad guys, and, himself quite a bit. Kanye West, rapper, superstar, controversial figure, went on Alex Jones, calling Tim Pool an NPC after storming out of the Timcast. He is a male Karen, according to Greg Kirby. I think that means James Mangold. I think the chat hasn't come back yet for the new segment. I think we're still laggy, but you know, I don't know. Is he a male Karen? Let's see what Bill Burr has to say about Kanye West. This has been floating around the internet from this account, from Anonymous, 3 million views. This is going to be the video you guys see on Monday about Kanye. Let's go full screen instead of slanty.
Okay. Next time Kanye's going off on himself, I'm telling you, just close your eyes, forget it's him, and really listen to what is coming out of this guy's mouth.
Oh no, what's coming out of his mouth? Kanye or, yeah, okay.
He says shit like, I'm a genius. I'm a god. I'm Shakespeare.
Just like Muhammad Ali. I am the greatest.
My biggest regret is I'll never get to see myself perform live. That's a direct quote. My biggest regret is I'll never get to see myself perform live. Dude, you put that ego in a white dude that is, ich bin einen in den Streisen. What's the Blitzkrieg? What's a superior race?
Yeah, Bill Burr saw it coming, huh?
Vienna will return to Deutschland first. Okay.
Ooh. Yup. He's not exactly wrong, is he? Ooh. So that's going to be going around. I don't know how I'm going to incorporate that with the other thing. I'll figure it out later. That's not prepared. I just watched that interview before coming here. Just wow, Alex Jones is the most sane person in the room, right? When Alex Jones is your sane person. When you go in and Alex Jones is there saying, "Well, wait a minute, don't you mean you love people like in a Christian sort of love everybody?" Like, no. He literally loves, and this the way he says it, loves the World War II bad guy and admires him. And Cause see, in my head, I'm like, okay, he's trying to say that even the worst people could pet a puppy or something and did something good and have something somewhere in their life that they could. And that's not what he's saying. I don't think that's what he's saying. I don't think that's what because Alex Jones was the sane person there. So. That's why I don't really want to do too much of that stuff. So that's probably going to be the next one. I'll figure out something to do with that. Yeah, the colors and the shape of the clip. I don't need to right now, but all right. I don't know what you mean, and I'm like, not. I think that's a good place to wrap for the day. I don't have anything else. I don't think. What's this? He-Man. Just He-Man stuff. Why is He-Man trending? For no reason. Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. That's why. Oh, that's cool. From the 80s. They had a life-size Orko from 1985. I probably saw this as a kid. We'll mute the music because we'll get copyright claimed. 2 minutes. Well, this looks better than the movies they did. Why didn't they make movies that look like that? You're basically the cartoon character coming to life. When's the next installment of All My Beanies? I don't know, soon. Well, Rob was supposed to be making it.
By the power of Grayskull,
They had Hordak there too. Nice. Oh, they had some of the She-Ra characters too.
For the honor of Grayskull, I am She-Ra.
Alright, that's cool. Yeah, I'm gonna get copyright claimed for that. Alright, where's my horsey? Nowhere. Oh, they put the Crystal Castle on the other side. Look at that. You get some of the other play sets featured. Alright, that's pretty cool. What's a piece of music, maybe? Really echo. It's supposed to be kind of echoey. I don't know how much echo it's supposed to have. That's actually really cool. Naked He-Mans. I have the power. Oh no. Because He-Man started trending. I don't know why. I just had to look at that. That versus Jingle All the Way. I haven't seen Jingle All the Way. Snake Mountain. I always thought Snake Mountain always looked like kind of like a Skeksis face. Almost. Alright, I'm gonna probably wrap here. I got so much crap to do. I still gotta do laundry. It's already 3. We got stuff to... Thank you so much. And then after polishing off the super chat drinks, Greg Herbie, you're a rock star and I don't deserve you. Thank you. I don't deserve any of you guys. Thank you all so much for hanging out. I'm going to probably leave this live unless I get copyright claimed. Then I'll trim out the ends of the stuff. Smash the like. I am Mecca and what else am I doing? I'll probably clip out some of the stuff for later. Bye. Probably the James Man Baby stuff. Bye.